Imagine being a parent in 1999. Your kid is too young for Smash Brothers, too uncoordinated for Bomberman 64, and definitely too young for the wildly underrated Hybrid Heaven. So what do? Well, you pick up one of the new Elmo games for the N64, of course. Or maybe you don't. If you rented these games from Blockbuster or local equivalent for the weekend, congratulations, you made the correct financial decision. Because if you bought them, oh boy. Elmo's Letter Adventure and Number Journey came to the N64 as ports of their earlier PlayStation versions, and if GameFAQs is to be believed, the N64 versions were released 2 weeks apart as two separate cartridges, full price. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a recession anymore, but yeah, definitely too much for parents in 1999. But let's start with Elmo's Letter Adventure. There's actually a decent foundation here. The N64 controller has a million possible control schemes available, but these games only use 2 buttons, action and start, and also, of course, the analog stick. And that's perfect for young kids. You're controlling Elmo from a third-person perspective with the automatic camera mostly behind him. And try not to view him from the front though, because he never shuts his mouth and, yeah, it becomes quite creepy. So how does the game work? Let's say, for example, your target letter is the letter T. You walk forward, press the action button on anything that looks like a T. Avoid everything that isn't a T. And that's about it. That's the gameplay for 80% of this game. There are difficulty settings, easy, medium, hard, but they only change how many T's you must pick up before the game congratulates you for basic shape recognition. Pick up a letter Q by mistake, you lose a life. You got about 3 in total. Pick up enough T's? Well, the game then asks you if you want to play again, which I assumed was meant to replaying the same level again. Therefore, I exited out of it and then realized no, it actually unlocks the next level in the theme. So the worlds actually boast some variety between the 3 available. You go to the moon for some lunar rover letter collecting action, then you go in a spaceship to ride across Rainbow Road in letter collecting action, there's a farm, there's an underwater trench, there's even mermaids to flirt with, all while identifying which letter is which. Complete the second level of each world and you're dumped into a farm where the challenge is to walk, very slowly, between letters to complete a 4-letter word. Do 3 of those and you're done. If you do that 3 times, boom, credits. Total playtime, 26 minutes. Not speedrunning, not glitching, just playing it completely normally. I thought How Long to Beat might have got it wrong. They did not. 26 minutes. Okay, with that finished, let's move on to Elmo's Number Journey. And it's the same hub, we're back here in Sesame Street, it's the same Elmo, but that isn't Big Bird. Yeah, we got a slightly different cast here. Cookie Monster and the Count join us, and Ernie refuses to leave, so he's here too. And instead of letters, you collect numbers. But here's where the twist comes in. You also collect items that match that number. So there'll be a little image with 4 balls or 4 bats or, that kind of thing. It does require slightly more brain power, and even I had to think twice when I had to think if it was 9 or 8 things. But once again, the structure is identical. You get a linear level, then it gets a bit more open, and then you got the final challenge. And that final challenge? Mathematics, but not normal maths. You don't move Elmo to the right answer, you just make him throw baseballs into the mouth of, I don't know what this is, until the correct total is reached. Because the throwing animation takes ages, the answers never exceed 5. So most questions are just something +1. There was one time I got a 2 + 2, but nope, 2 + 1, 3 + 1, 4 + 1. And you do this 3 times, and roll credits. Total playtime this time? Even less, 19 minutes. Replay value does technically exist. Each run focuses on 1 letter or number, but everything else stays the same. The levels don't change, the tasks don't change, the music doesn't change. Harder difficulties just mean picking up more of the letter. That's about it. I'm not saying this needed roguelike randomization, but yeah. Let's focus on some of the positives. Go back on the variety on offer. You get a jet ski, you get a snowboard, you get to snorkel, fly through space, bump into things. It's like all the best N64 games rolled into one, except it turns out to be like doo-doo. And honestly, for N64 standards, it doesn't look bad. There was potential here, but potential doesn't justify two separate releases. This should have been both letters and numbers in one cartridge. But yes, this was two cartridges, but imagine paying full price for that in 1999 and finishing it in as much time as it takes for the little one to eat a meal. No, sorry, bad comparison. It takes T-Bone at least an hour to eat lunch, but hopefully you get the point. So why have I done this to myself? Well, the Analog 3D just came out, the reveal for the Mod Retro M64 happened. It's a good time to get back into the N64 library, and I need to find something acceptable to give to T-Bone to play. Is this the one? Maybe, but I really, really hope not. I'll see what Kirby or Yoshi have instead. But until then, thanks for watching, and if you could do the usual YouTube things, then that'd be great. But hopefully, see you next time. Bye now.